Gardner, let's hear from you.
Yes, I don't want to testify, Madam Chair, but it is certainly possible to form a nonprofit and have the board constitute the membership of the nonprofit. So you could have a very limited nonprofit membership. In fact, you could form a nonprofit membership that has a membership of one. So.
Representative McKinley.
Thank you. Now this board, I don't know how they were first formed, but once they're formed, they never change because they're self-appointed. Whenever someone goes off, then they just appoint one of their buddies. So it's not like you have a group of voting a board member. It's a very close. Once it is formed, it stays very homogeneous.
And with the passage of this bill, that will change by forcing them to.
Yeah, we can get into that one, I think.
Mr. Murphy, do you have a comment?
One last thing. One of the things that Representative West McKinley said is that you would object to this if this was going to cost the state money. And
well, we would have to.
Right. One of the things, as being, besides a funeral director and a cub reporter for my wife, is, as I said, I think these 4 criteria, that the meetings be open to the public, that all financial documents be available, and that, you know, a board member be that owns a grave space. Now, even with the I brought the IRS rules with me. When you have a good attorney, they can thwart you from even asking for these things. So I think if the meetings are open to the public, just as we have accountability with the city, the county, the school board, this is one of the things that I think would alleviate the state from having to any expense. It would be governed by the people who have loved ones there. They're not going to allow this to happen. But if they're not allowed into the meeting, then they have no control. And it was a very simple fix. It's just let the people who have loved ones there. And let me tell you, in Trinidad, they are very angry because the board meetings have never been open to the public. And when you have the local pastor who has the Catholic community behind him saying, I want to be a part of this, and they say no. He tried to get on twice. At one meeting, they interrogated him for half an hour about his association with Tom Murphy. That's how bad I'm viewed down there. I'm either one of the most horrible people to sit at this table, or I'm actually somebody that stands up and says, all I want is transparency and honesty, and I'm an honest businessman, and this is a simple solution to a very emotional and difficult problem.
And thanks again for being here today, Mr. Murphy. Are there any other people in the room who would like to testify on this particular bill, but who failed to sign up? Not seeing anyone. The testimony portion of this hearing is closed. We'll go to the amendment phase. Representative McKinley, do you have any amendments?
No, ma'am.
Members, do we have any amendments? I'm going to start with Representative Lee.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My amendment would add the word bylaws in line 14 under section 2 after the word shall make. I'd like to make a conceptual amendment.
Again, Representative Lee, you are on page 2, line 14, is that correct?
Yes, Madam Chair.
And what was, say that again.
Under line 14, after the word make, where it says nonprofit cemetery corporation shall make, add the word bylaws, comma, before the word financial records.
Okay.
The concept behind the conceptual amendment is to provide the governing document, making the governing document of this organization available to the people. Right now, the only things that they can get are financial records and meeting minutes, but the way the corporation operates is defined within the bylaws. So I wanted to give you the roadmap as to how directors are elected, who qualifies as directors and things like that, and make that available to you.
Second.
So adopted. Representative, do we have to vote? Objections. Are there any objections to the conceptual amendment described by Representative Lee? Seeing no objection. And the conceptual amendment is adopted.
Thank you.
Representative Gardner, did you?
No.
Okay. All right. And Representative McKinley, you're fine with that, and
Oh, yeah.
be a second reading amendment?
Oh, yeah, I think that proves that Representative Lee is a very wise man. Appreciate that.
Okay.
Scanned in.
Are there any other amendments? Not seeing any, we'll move on. Is there a motion on the bill? Representative Gardner.
Madam Chair, actually, before I make a motion, with your permission and indulgence, just make a quick comment. I understand why you want this bill. I am not sure that this bill will solve all of the problems or even get a good handle on it. But it is a start, and Representative Lee is correct in his amendment that you need to be able to get the bylaws and all of these things. So my hope is it'll give you some tools to begin doing that. You're going to continue to have problems with nonprofits and area associations. They are historically all over the country an issue of problems. But having said that, I move House Bill 1068 to the Committee of the Whole with a favorable recommendation.
I'll second that.
As missed.
Is there a motion on the bill?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Moved in second.
Okay, all right. Distracted for 1 second. Okay, Mr. Rob, please call the roll. And for the record, let me recognize that Representative Ballmer is in the room. So therefore, he can vote on the bill.
Representative Ballmer.
Yes.
Representative Conti.
Yes.
Representative Fields.
Yes.
Gardner B.
Yes.
Kabuta.
Yes.
Lee.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Soper.
Yes.
Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Davo.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Yes. That passes unanimously. Congratulations on the passage of this particular bill, Representative McKinley. We'll see you on the House floor. We'll be glad to share with the other members our support for the bill and the amendment that would be forthcoming. And come back to
Thank you.
local government sometime soon.
Thank you.
We will move on to the next bill.
Thank you. Question. Thank you.